Hi guys. So I obviously haven't recorded a video in a little bit, but I want to keep these videos going because I'm kind of using them as like journals, sort of, for my own like self-reflection and whatever. But also because I feel like other people may also be going through something similar and need that extra little bit of wisdom or knowledge to keep them going. So I hope this helps somebody, or if not, then at least it's something I can personally look back on and reflect on how things are going and whatever. And yeah, just some knowledge that I'm learning along the way. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about, where I'm at right now, the new things I've learned since the last time we've talked, and yeah, that's kind of all. So looking back, I've been I have been through some pretty shitty things, and they've really made me out to be this person that I'm not super happy with, or not the person that I want to be right now in my life. And it's hard to say and it's hard to admit, but I don't blame myself at all, because I'm personally working on fixing that and being the person that I want to be, and that's a great first step, and I think everybody should work on trying to get there rather than maybe just focusing on, say, like a lot of people these days are very focused on their looks and trying to look a certain way for the male gaze or whatever, female gaze, I don't know. But it's it's working on me that's really changed my life in the craziest way, and just being selfish, even though that's not what it is. It's not selfishness, it's choosing yourself when you know you need to. That's really what it is. And it's taken me until this decade of my life, I'm in my 20s, it's taken me this time to really reflect back on these things. And this past weekend, something that happened in my childhood came up, and like a memory of that thing came up. And I was home, so I had family. I had my mom to talk to about it, and it was hard because all the feelings that I felt for myself in that moment came up, and it was just a lot of, not regret, because I don't regret anything that I've done, everything happens for a reason, totally agree with that, but it was just sadness for myself. And it sucks because I don't want to be sad for myself. I wish, the things that happened to me didn't happen to me. But I also try to be optimistic about these things and realize that there's always good to the negatives. When people say like one door closes, another one opens, totally believe that. Like there's shitty things that happen to us that happen to us for a reason, because we're supposed to learn something from them about ourselves, or mostly about ourselves and about the way that we see things. And it's totally affected me 100%, especially this thing in my childhood. Like it made me realize also that I pushed it down for so long that I didn't even see the impact that it really had on me until this moment of my life. Just the fact of me pushing it down and doing the minimizing of it all really made it, once it finally came out, it really sat at the front of my mind, and all I could think about was that thing and it sucked. I was in it for most of the weekend thinking about it, and now I'm happy I can reflect on that feeling, and it still affects me, obviously, but it's just making me more clear on where I need to be going in my life with this situation. So it's a situation that's not necessarily dealt with, which I can't really explain it without saying it, but I'm gonna try, because it's something I don't really want on the internet, and maybe one day I will talk about it on here, I don't know. But it's something that, it just I never realized how, not that I knew it was a serious thing, and I'm happy that I talked about it to my therapist, to my family, whatever. But I am just now realizing how over so many years that I pushed it down, and now that it's come up and I've gotten it out and all these things, it's made me realize that this decision is a lot easier than I thought that it was. Because I need to make a decision, a huge decision that will change the trajectory of my life. So it's a hard decision for somebody in this position. But my body knows, and my mind knows, my soul knows what I have to do to make it to the next level of my life. And that is to cut somebody off in my life. And it's going to be a huge change, and I don't know what's to come. And that's why a lot of people say, you kind of have to trust in the unknown sometimes, especially when you know what's right. Because a lot of people settle for what they know and, stay with certain people because, that's the safe place and blah, blah, blah. But if your soul knows, and your soul is screaming at you, telling you this is no, you can't have this person in your life anymore, this is affecting you like this, you have to listen to that voice in your head, or your physical body will tell you, when things need to be done. That's the best way to put it. You're everything is so divine, and I say this all the time, but if something's not meant for you, you will know. And I'm not even talking about a romantic relationship either. This is so geared in so many other directions. Maybe if you're rethinking a career choice, you can, if you're rethinking it, that's kind of your answer right there. Maybe don't, I'm not saying don't pursue it, because you can probably see that's so disgusting. I'm so sorry. I have a cold and things are happening. But listen to your gut, and I say I don't have voices in my head, but I swear that I do, because I had a conversation with someone, this specific person that I'm going to have to cut out of my life because my intuition is telling me to. But I had a conversation with them, and my physical body got so uncomfortable. I was fake laughing. I was trembling over my words, because I was in an uncomfortable position. With the conversation I was having with this person, I was uncomfortable, and my body took over. I couldn't even act normal. It was a physical body reaction that I had, that I was so just not meant to have a relationship with this person anymore. And it sucks, because it's a very important person in my life for reasons, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be something that I'm not necessarily excited about, because it is going to be a big shock for a lot of reasons to a lot of people. Just there's a lot, but with this trauma coming back up, I'm also very glad that it did, because I would have kept putting this off for a very long time. But I am going to see my therapist on Wednesday. It is Monday. And I am going to tell her I am ready to cut this person off, because me and her have been talking for the past few sessions about, me being very wishy-washy about cutting this person off, and just because of it is a very important person in my life, but of course she knows, that it brought me trauma, and there's a lot, that's at stake here for my own well-being, and the best thing for me to do is to cut this person off. And I am thrilled in the sense that I want to tell her about it, and see what my next steps are, like how do I approach this kind of thing. And yeah, I hope, something good does come out of this. I feel like I will be in a rocky spot for a little bit, but I know it needs to happen, and it may take me a little while to get there, but I know it needs to happen, and once it's done, I know, the positive things will start flowing. And yeah, I'm just trying to, again, stay optimistic and trust in the unknown, that, like, this is going to be a huge shock to my life, but it's something that for my own well-being, I know that I need to do. So I am going to pursue it. And it also brings me back to past relationships with people that I've had, because I've barely been single. Now I've been single since July, and it's now November. I think I mentioned that in my last video, but it brings me back to just reflecting on those past relationships and the fact that I have cut those people off, and like spiritually, like I don't feel any form of connection with them, any form of emotional, like there's nothing there. And reflecting on that, like on those relationships, and seeing how I did learn something from them, and that is that my standards can be high. I can have boundaries. Like I can, live the life that I want to live and be with a person that I have in my head, you know what I mean? And that's another reason why I'm like, this person, once I like disconnect from this person, I will learn something from that. Like I will get something out of this, and whether that be just a lesson, or if that brings an actual physical something into my life, like I don't know, but I am in that ready mode to cut them off the way that I did with these past relationships. And yeah, I learned a lot from those past relationships, about myself, about my goals, especially the fact that I am no longer keeping that focus that I used to have as my like goal to be with like this dream man, like be with someone really. And like a lot of people in my life have just known me as this person's like girlfriend, or not just one person, but like being someone's girlfriend really. And I don't want that right now. Like I want people to see me for me and know that I'm a great person myself, and I have a lot of traits, and I'm not talking myself up here, but like I want to be that person that I can say like I love the person that I am, and that is something also that I've taken out of these relationships, is that I don't need them to define like my beauty or my confidence or what have you, because I don't need that external validation when I can get it like internally, And of course it feels nice when you get the external validation and whatever. Of course, I know that that's what I lived for the past few years. But I'm like realizing it's not really worth my time when like boys should not be my main focus, really. It's not like they're some amazing whatever, you know, they're men. No offense to the men watching, but it's just, it's something that I want to have once I'm confident and well enough on my own. Really, that's what it is. It's just, I feel like I totally believe in the fact that like what's meant for you will find you when you're ready for it. And it's not that you're looking for it. I know they say that too. It's like you don't really want to be looking for it. It will come when you least expect it. And that's just what I've been trying to keep in mind, is the more I focus on myself, the more positive things will come into my life, because I am working on me and focusing on me and trying to do what's best for me, pretty much. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of all I have to say. Just really trust in your intuition. It's a huge thing. You know, your body, your mind knows what's right for you. And it's easy enough said than done, I know, because I've been stuck in that mindset of like, yeah, but I really have this connection with this person and this, that, and the other, but you know what's right for you. You do. As much as you think you maybe don't, or like you think that you do, you know, you're like, I think this person's like, you should feel 100% confident, you know, about yourself, about, you know, where you're going, the goals that you have. You want to have everything kind of planned out in your head of what you want. And once you know those goals and you know what you're striving for, don't think about it and just focus on you, focus on your career or whatever you want to focus on. Like, personally, I'm very focused on my school right now. And, you know, with a lot of what came up this weekend, it's been hard for me to focus. But I'm trying again to still push through, because I know I'm seeing my therapist on Wednesday and we're going to discuss it. And I'm just really looking forward to having that conversation with her and, like, yeah, just really, like, focusing in on what's best for me. And this is a great first start, is cutting someone off. And once again, it's not going to be a very easy thing, because this person, again, is a very important person in my life. But I know deep down this is what needs to happen. And I need to have this conversation with this person as well. And the conversation is going to be difficult, but again, that's why I'm talking to my therapist. I need that extra push, that extra help of just, what do I do? But yeah, I hope, what I hope someone gets out of this is, yeah, listen to your intuition. You know, your intuition is always right. It really is. And, you know, whatever happens does happen. And it's always for a reason. There's always something that you should be getting out of that situation. And that applies to so many different types of situations. But yeah, I just hope this knowledge can kind of reach people that need it. And for my own, again, self-reflection to look back on. Because I've been through some shit, and it happens, you know. But I just am trying to keep that optimism at its peak as much as I can, because the more positive thinking I have, the more positive mindset I have, the more I will manifest the positive things into my life. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and again, I hope, you know, you got something out of this, and I'm gonna try and keep posting when I feel the need to. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Bye bye.